Sir, congrats, man.
Thank you so much.
Just give us your immediate thoughts. I know it's only been a few minutes since the fight, but how did you feel it went relative to your game plan and expectations?
That was a very close fight. First 2 rounds, very close. I might have edged those out. Lost that 3rd round. When the judges were scoring the scorecard, personally, I thought I lost, I'll be honest. But, I got to rewatch that fight. I know I hurt him real bad in the first 2 rounds. Had some very close submissions. So, I got a split decision win today.
Yeah, that's appreciate the honesty for sure. I guess how do you internalize that then, knowing that you are here in the winner's circle, but maybe knowing there's a lot of stuff you could have done better tonight?
100%. Garrett came out like that guy. That was the hardest fight I've ever had, I think. He mixed up his wrestling really well and his great boxing and the strongest 135er I've ever fought for sure. That dude had some crazy strength. A lot of things I can learn from this fight, and I just want to come back stronger.
What positives do you take away? At least you got the win here in Canada. I know you wish that was probably the case in Toronto. So how does this feel? At least can you take that?
Yeah, for sure. I've been on the wrong end of a split decision my last time, so feels good being on the right end of a split decision. And positives wise, I know I can dig deep. I was in some bad positions in that fight. I got hurt, he got hurt, and it was a tough fight for sure.
Yeah, does it feel like kind of a what goes around comes around situation? You thought you should have got the last one, you didn't, and maybe the other way this time?
Yeah, it is what it is. That's what I said the last fight, and that's what I'm going to say this fight. It is what it is, man.
Sure, congrats on the win tonight. The Canadian women did okay earlier this year, but you are the first Canadian male to win on Canadian soil this year, so how does that feel for you?
Well, I'm glad I broke that streak, and I hope we can continue doing that tonight.
Definitely. And, because you fought Ramon twice, does this kind of feel more like your actual debut after kind of having to double up on him from the Contender Series?
Yeah, 100%. I was game planning for Ramon for like a year, man, and it was exciting to have a new matchup, have a new different camp and fight a tough guy like Garrett.
When you're focusing on one guy like that, can you wind up kind of with like tunnel vision?
100%, man. Like reps in, reps out, doing the same thing over and over again. Game planning for the same guy. Again, I was very excited when I had a different name, different opponent, and a different game plan. It was way more fun of a camp.
Well, the good news is then moving forward, obviously, you're going to have another new name. Do you have anyone in mind? And if not a name, then do you have a time frame in mind for your return?
Yeah, I'm not specifically not a name, but time frame, man, in a few months for sure. A lot of holes I need to fix and address in this fight. I got to look back, make those adjustments with my coach, but be back in a few months. I feel good. I feel healthy.
And last one for me, a couple of us here are from Ontario like yourself, and it was like 20 degrees earlier this week there, and then we got snow this morning, so how was the climate out here for you?
Dude, I know. I was so jealous. Everyone's telling me back home that it's so nice. Yeah, you know what? I don't like cold weather, man. But hopefully when I get back to Toronto, back to that area, it's going to be warm for a few more days. But yeah, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to enjoy it, bro. I'm going to go downtown, get some new tattoos, get some new ink, hang out.
Thanks.
Hey, obviously tonight was the implementation of the new rule set. How did you find fighting in there, 12-6 elbows, grounded opponents and stuff like that? Did you implement that into your training ahead of this fight?
Yeah, we definitely thought about it during camp, and we were addressing it and stuff. But I told myself I was going to force it if the opportunities present itself to use those new rules, I would. But I didn't get to use them, unfortunately.
Any surprises in the fight tonight? Were you expecting anything from Garrett that he didn't show or did show in the fight?
I wasn't expecting how much he shot. He was definitely mixing in those takedowns a little bit more than I thought he was going to, and I didn't expect how strong that guy was. I'm telling you, man, that dude felt like a fridge. Like, he was strong, man, and it was definitely one of the strongest 135ers I've ever fought.
Obviously, after a frustrating debut, it must be good to come in here and get your first UFC win.
It feels amazing, man. Again, not the outcome I wanted, not the performance I wanted, but I know that was a hell of a fight. Everyone's already telling me that. We both left it all on the line.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more right here, actually. At the Q&A yesterday, Brendan Fitzgerald actually mentioned you as one of the Canadian prospects to watch out for. So how does that make you feel?
Oh, yeah. I saw that last night before I put my phone away, and that was awesome, man. I'm glad I'm getting a little bit of recognition. I love to perform, and I love to put on exciting fights. So I'm glad that I'm able to do that and get a little bit of recognition for that.
Good stuff. Thank you.